go. And then we can talk about stuff while we're doing it, because I'm going to overdo the thing anyhow, so overdub it. Would you like these cylinders taken off here?
Yeah, it makes it a little easier.
Probably should be standard procedure is just
yeah, you can do it either way, but you know, it's hot out today, not feeling super strong, so.
Yeah, and it also, I think, makes a difference if you got like two guys, you know, if you're out doing stuff solo, which, you know, there's probably different ways that you do it depending on the conditions you're in. Like your partner can actually stabilize the thing a little bit for you here and hold it while you grab the cylinder. That works out real nice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me tip it down a little bit. There we go.
All right. And we just crank her up.
And I am.
You are now the SGDD balancing valve expert.
All right.
I can't say that twice in a row.
All right. Okay, just bottoming all these bolts out. Basically till the shoulder hits the face of the cylinder.
Yep. Your valves are cracked over here, so they're
okay.
Ready. And would you like a hose?
I would. And when you're doing putting the hoses on, it doesn't matter which side you go on to. Which cylinder gets hooked up to which hose absolutely does not matter.
Sweet. I like it.
Now because I can, I'm going to turn this baby like this so that you get to see everything in action, and essentially it's pulling that punch up from the bottom right through into the base from the bottom. You'll see the thing just slightly collapse. All right.
All right, so let's do our advance. And there's our advance. Now we're going to take and close our needle valves on our balancing valve. Want to make sure that they're down nice and tight. Looks good. And then we progress to our parallel pulling mode. Pretty sweet. Yep, it's pretty sweet. Then back your thing off first, and it'll go so far, and then back your valves off, and it goes the rest of the way.
The idea here is I just want to take the hydraulic pressure out of my cylinders so that I can then remove them, and everything will get loose over here, allowing me to take those Allen shoulder bolts out real easy. There's the hole we just punched right here. Perfectly smooth. No burrs. Looks really good.
That is very nice.
And these bolts can actually take out with my fingers. There's no torque involved in these things whatsoever. And because you saw the gauge at the release point, right at almost 3,000 psi, these shoulder bolts are unmarred. They look really brand new. And you can see it's fully retracted. I'll set my cylinders up for the next punch.
Yeah, you might need a wrench to break them free just a little bit.
I must have been feeling my oats when I hit that one on there. It's actually a little quicker, I'm sure. You want to make sure you're holding the cylinder so it's not going to fall on your foot. And again, that one also is retracted. Now one thing you're going to find with these SGDD dies as we get bigger is sometimes the plate, although this piece of 10 gauge slug is still in here, it's loose.
Not necessarily bigger, but thicker. 10 gauge material versus 14 gauge material. has a harder time being removed. But we do have the solution for that also.
I'm clamping down the base because I'm going to take this roll bar and actually insert it in here, and essentially just to peel it back from the underside of the lip. And as you deform the slug, it'll pop right out.
There it is. Well, that was pretty easy, actually, wasn't it?
It was. And fun, too.
And basically you're back ready to take and do your next hole. We dare you to take and try and saw or otherwise put an opening in 10 gauge as fast as that. And unlike sawing, it's perfectly square and it's on the exact dimension, so regardless on the reveal of the instrument that you insert into the opening, your die set will punch the manufacturer's recommended opening exactly, and every instrument will be a perfect fit into your opening. And bear in mind that, you know, this is one of our smaller SGDD series die sets. We build customs and we build some rather big ones. So, you know, or if you happen to actually own an SGDD that used our older COIL 305 system, you can actually send your die back in and we'll actually take and burn the new holes in it to use the balancing valve system.
This is a piece of 14 gauge we did earlier, and you can see this is the punch, the hole of the punch we're using today. The hole above it was punched with a very large die, perhaps the largest we've produced.
Yeah, one of the biggest ones there are. So if you're in power station panel boards and you need them large format openings, they're not a problem. We do stock some SGDDs. Our regular ones, if they're not in stock, are within a week to 2 weeks for delivery on anything in the larger size. So we hope you really enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it. And give us a call for all of your panel punching needs, because we'd really like to take and give you a hand.